So I'm just going to play a little bit with Excel to analyze some data. I usually use TI Inspire, but Excel has got a little bit better in recent years. So I'm keen on Austria and their performance in the Winter Olympics. I think there'll be a lot of good data I can analyze. And I'm just going to copy the whole of the data set here. So I'm going to go from 2018. So Command C on my MacBook and then open up a spreadsheet, Excel. Command V, beautiful, it appears there directly. And so there might be quite a few bits of analysis I might like to do. Maybe number of athletes against the total medals. Maybe there's a correlation there, possibly. But what I'm going to analyse is actually the number of gold medals won. So I just want to see if maybe the number of gold medals won can be modelled by any particular distributions. But before I choose a distribution, it might be nice just to see what kind of shape the distribution is. So I could just highlight all of the gold medal and have a look at a histogram maybe. So highlight this and then insert a chart and then histogram. Now the default is just for 3 bars, oh well 4 bars here. But I think I might like to have more bars. So if you point to the actual area where the bars are, and I think press Control click, you can then have a little look, change chart type, select data, add data labels, format data series. Let's have a little look at that. It looks like over in the far right, look, I've got bins, so that's the width of the bars. Go bins, bin width. Now you can choose how wide each of the bins are. Now I think I'm going to choose a bin width of 1. Now if you have a little look, can you see what the histogram is? This is 0 to 1 medal, 1 to 2 medals. So it's tied up all these numbers, it's put it into this format. Now I quite like that, because I think maybe, could it be modelled by a Poisson distribution, do you think? Maybe a Poisson here for the number of gold medals won by Austria. That looks quite nice, right? And you can then go and add a chart element on the top left, and look, you can actually label the axes, primary horizontal. So this is number of gold medals. Alright, so that's if you click on the chart itself, then the chart menu comes up, top left hand corner, you can add labels to the axes and the title, which is good. So that looks pretty nice. Now let's go to the actual total number of medals earned. Let's just do the same thing. Let's go insert a chart, which is there. Let's do the same thing again. Let's do a histogram, and again we've got 3 bars, but control click, and we can format the data series and go to the bins on the right here. Bin width, I think I'll make the bin width here 2. Alright, okay, that's interesting. That seems to be an even spread of medals all the way across from 0 all the way to 23, 24. So that's interesting, but I don't know that there's any particular distribution that can be modelled by that. One final thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the picture, the type of chart. So you can go and highlight everything again and go through the process, or you can just actually change the chart from here. So I'm going to change the chart type. I'm going to go to I'm looking for a box plot, but it doesn't seem to be an option from here. So let me just go and delete this chart. Let me go and highlight the total again. Insert a chart, and I'm pretty sure that on here we'll get a box and whiskers option. There we go. Now I like that box and whiskers option because again you can choose the way it looks. So remember what a box and whiskers is. The middle bar is the median, the average number of medals won, and you've got upper and lower quartiles here, and you've got the maximum and minimum there. I think that's a pretty nice chart to have. And then what about comparison between gold and silver? So actually if we highlight gold and silver and we go insert a chart, we go to a box and whiskers, look at that, beautiful. So it does a comparable box and whiskers plot. So you can see that actually the average number of these medals, which is the silver medals, compared to the average number of gold medals, silver's a little bit higher, and obviously the spread is a little bit greater as well. So that's a little bit of Excel doing histograms. I kind of like that first histogram. This looks like a Poisson distribution for sure. Then doing a little box and whiskers plot to look at the actual spread of the data. We can work on other things down here. So actually at the bottom, we can put equals average. This is the mean, and open bracket, and we can click and drag from the top to the bottom. So the average number of competitors, and then if we bottom right hand corner, we drag the formula all the way across. We've actually got the averages, right? So look, the average number of silver medals, 3.5, the average bronze, the average gold, and the average medals per Winter Olympics down here. Let's just have a little look at Switzerland. I think that'll be a nice comparison. So here's Switzerland by games as well. Looks like they've got considerably more medals and athletes taking part. And let's go and insert another tab at the bottom, a little plus. Let's paste Switzerland's. Yeah, looks quite nice. Actually, maybe not as many, to be honest with you. Maybe not as many. Let's have a look at the total again. Let's insert a chart. Where's chart? Oh, right at the top. I just missed it. And let's do a histogram again. One more time with the histogram. Only 3 bars, but control click. Oh, actually, do we even need control click? Look, if we're on the chart itself, okay, it doesn't really give us any options on the far right. I think we have to be in the chart area itself. There we go. Bin width, and this time I think maybe 2. Okay, maybe a Poisson model again. I don't think it's a normal distribution, right? There's certainly not the extremes that we need to be small and the middle to be bigger. So there you go. That's how to do histograms and box and whiskers plot in Excel.